that you do not understand white supremacy, what it is, and how it works, everything else that you do understand will confuse you. In all of these 9 areas of activity, economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. Anywhere on the planet, minute by minute, day by day, all of the time. All of the time.
Minutes. I have 23 minutes. So let me do this. Let me go to Teddy. Let me click you in, Teddy, here. Okay, Teddy, you're on with Mr. Fuller. Go ahead with your question.
Mr. Fuller, I have got to ask you, we are black men and women in today's 21st century. Wouldn't you think that we should know better we should know that we should not have to engage in that kind of activity with men with other men, women with other women. Well, I mean, it's a given. So how is it that we just succumb to that kind of madness?
The white supremacists raised us even before we were born. They had everything set in place. We don't have anything set in place. Black people don't have anything set in place for black people. We don't have any plans of any kind anywhere in the world. We wait for the white supremacists to tell us what's right, what's wrong, what's fashionable, what isn't, what to listen to, what not to listen to, what to consider valuable, what to consider non-valuable. People dying in the mines for what? Black people dying in the mines for what? Diamonds. In order to do what? In order to get diamonds to make them shine when they put on your finger. Now, that's a white supremacist thing. I mean, people dying, suffocating in mines in order to get some diamonds, and then you take the diamonds and make a ring and put it on somebody's finger and pay a whole lot of money for it in order to do what? Satisfy what has been told is something that you need. This is something that you people need. I need this diamond for what? To show off. Because black people are taught to do one thing, show off. Everything that we do is supposed to be designed to show off. Show off to whom? Who's looking? Other black people. Prisoners of war showing off their chains, shining to other prisoners of war. That's the way the white supremacists want it. That's how, in answer to your question, we fall into the trap. We get all of our desires from them. So now they're telling us what we should desire sexually. And we say, oh, okay, they make all of our plans. Why? Because we don't have plans for ourselves. That's why we need a code. We need a code.
Got it. Got 19 minutes. James, Teddy, they got you back on here. Did you have another quick question, or what's happening?
No, but I will call again, and I'm sure we will talk again. Thank you so very much for taking my call.
Again, don't be a stranger. Okay. Let's see. James, got you, bro. Go ahead.
Good morning, John.
James?
I'd like to start out by making a statement on the VGQ. And I'd like to mention that I don't know Mr. Fuller, and I don't know you, Mr. Bobby. However, I have read Mr. Fuller's material, and I've said this before. I strongly recommend that every victim of racism purchase his books, because I can't think of any other book that is better to offer suggestions about what to do about white supremacy. And that's just on the VGQ.
Okay.
Now, I want to ask Mr. Fuller a question. Mr. Fuller, has any of your ideology about white supremacy been influenced in any way by the teachings of Elijah Muhammad? Because back in the 50s and 60s, I've listened to some of his lectures, and he mentioned that black people were in prison. Also mentioned that black males were emasculated, and I've heard Malcolm X say the same type of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I never really, when I was in my 20s, when I first heard those old takes and was watching those videos, I never really thought much of it. But when you mentioned it and you explained why that's so, then I said to myself, hey, maybe he was kind of influenced by those teachings. You know, I mean, was that the case?
The answer is yes. Elijah Muhammad, those are two words that you very seldom hear anywhere. Elijah Muhammad. You don't see it in print. There's a reason for that. Elijah Muhammad influenced black people to start calling themselves black more than anybody ever on this planet. Now, you might attribute that to different people and all like that. Some people say Malcolm. Malcolm popularized it. But Elijah Muhammad, in my opinion, was the seed of it. That's where it came from. Malcolm X was taught by Elijah Muhammad. People talk about Malcolm as pictures on the postage stamp in the northwestern hemisphere. Elijah Muhammad's picture's not on the postage stamp. Go figure. Okay? All right. I'm not going to get into that, but I mean, hey, go figure. Do
well,
some
can I
thinking.
say something, Mr. Fuller? Can
Yes,
I say
sir.
something real quick? I just think that your book is absolutely ingenious. And I will say this, and I don't want to hold you up too long. I know other people want to talk, but when I call, it's because I feel I have got to say things that I feel like can help solve this race problem. In his book, Message to the Black Man, Elijah Muhammad stated that in the future, there will be another book come out for black people that's going to replace, I'm not trying to say this,